12 beta 14 Gurukul. So today once again we are here with the new in-house training topic, that is lesson planning. And as we all know that lesson planning is something which a teacher must know while teaching, because before preparing for any kind of lesson plan, one should have something with them. And lesson planning is something which is very much required to complete the syllabus on time, to teach the students according to the points, and to go towards the chapters, towards the books, towards the lesson according to the method, according to the way, according to the goal. And each and every goal helps us to identify the well-beings of the students. And for the well-being of each and every student, lesson planning is very much necessary. So as we all know that lesson planning should be there very importantly, and one should be able to plan lesson according to his or her will, so that he could educate, and it should also be taught to the students also. As so far we know that lesson planning is something that is very much required by all the people who are related to the subject matter things, including the syllabus things also, and for further attempting the chapters. So as to teach us the lesson plan in a proper way, we are having a resource person, Mr. Durgesh Kumar, who is going to teach us on the training, in this training about the lesson planning. So I invite our resource person, Mr. Durgesh Kumar, to come and start the training topic. And he is also a manager in charge. Okay, thank you. I welcome Durgesh sir.
Good morning, respected director sir, principal ma'am, and all teachers. Lesson planning in primary and secondary education. Throughout the previous chapter, lesson planning in preschool education in terms of design and preparation has been approached, taking into account all its different subjects and courses. It has been urged that such planning incorporates some design regarding the sequencing of each didactic unit. This chapter will analyze lesson planning in primary and sequencing of each secondary education. At this stage, the teachers must face the analysis of the context as well as the goal setting, additional and reinforcement contents, methodological strategies and evaluation. The goals to the achieved in this chapter are to establish the sense of lesson planning inside the circular frame. Second, to understand the range of teachers task in the lesson planning. Third, to now and understand the preparation process of the components in lesson planning. To analyze the components of a didactic unit. 5. The access the importance of lesson planning at the primary and secondary education states, as the decision making capacity in terms of lesson planning. 7. To favor positive attitude towards lesson planning in order to approach it as a key factor in the improvement of teaching quality. देखिए, हमारे जीवन में किसी भी उद्देश्य को पूरा करने के लिए पढ़ाई करना बहुत ही अनिवार्य है। पढ़ाई कैसे करें? अगर आपके मन में यह सवाल आ रहे हैं तो हम आपको पढ़ाने का तरीका बताएंगे। अगर आप एक छात्र हैं तो पढ़ाई करना बहुत ही आवश्यक है, क्योंकि जीवन में अच्छी नौकरी पाने के लिए और अच्छी लाइफ स्टाइल जीने के लिए पढ़ाई बहुत ही जरूरी है। इस ब्लॉग के अंदर पढ़ाने का तरीका बताया जाएगा। आपकी पढ़ाई करने की क्षमता दोगुनी हो जाएगी। अप्रोचिंग टू द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ लेसन प्लानिंग है। This term is relevant among the educational sphere because it is one of the main tasks assigned to the teacher. It can be stated without fear of being mistaken that the task of planning is inherent to the teacher's profession. Besides an appropriate planning must be the key factor in order to put an end to the teaching based on improvisation, uncounted activism and routine. Once this aspect has been clarified, the focus will be based on the definition of this concept. On the one hand, planning is known as the representation of the organization of the teaching and learning process. On the other hand, lessons are didactic in referred as the basic unit of organizing the pedagogic action. Therefore, planning implies a design and co-organization of the learning sphere, and it can be defined as the sum of organized and sequenced didactic units. These units are represented according to the subjects and courses of each educational level. Their goals, contents, methodological strategies, resources, assessment activities, and measures to address diversity are set. This last circular component must be present in order to address situations where students with learning difficulties and highly gifted students can be found. आपकी पढ़ाई करने की क्षमता दोगुनी हो जाएगी और आप आसानी से पढ़ा हुआ लंबे समय तक याद रख पाओगे। तो आइए जानते हैं पढ़ाने का तरीका के साथ। हम एक लक्ष्य जरूर चुनें। हमेशा नियमित आत्मनिर्भर परीक्षा दें। परीक्षा के पहले पढ़ाई पर निर्भर न रहें। हमेशा मन को शांत रखें। परीक्षा के रिजर्वेशन के लिए टाइम बचाकर रखें। टाइम लेवल बनाएं। क्लास डिस्कशन से हमें भाग लें। क्लास डिस्कशन में भाग लें। पढ़ाई करते समय बीच में थोड़ा सा विश्राम करें। किसी की भी सहायता लेते समय शर्माना नहीं चाहिए। पढ़ाई करने से पहले उसका टाइम टेबल बनाएं। पढ़ाई को बोझ न बनाएं। अभ्यास समूह में करने की कोशिश करें। पढ़ने का तरीका उपयोग करने के साथ निम्नलिखित बात भी याद रखें। बच्चों के लिए पढ़ने के लिए तरीके, पढ़ने के तरीकों के साथ मन लगाने के तरीके। कहता कि एक लक्ष्य को आप जरूर चुनें। थ्रू आउट द लेसन प्लानिंग द फॉलोइंग कंपोनेंट्स मस्ट बी टेकन इनटू अकाउंट। द रेगुलेटरी framework, the school educational and circular projects, the context and the conditions under which the lesson planning is to be developed, the expertise, skills and faculties of both teachers and students, the nature of the contents. The lesson planning depends on the educational goals. These goals are set by the school, which is as the one in charge of setting in action teaching modality with a set of appropriate methodological strategy. The lesson planning is a part of the annual general planning and it is responsible for organizing the teaching of each subject or course throughout the corresponding educational period. During this stage, primary and secondary education teachers adapt, organize and sequence the goals, contents and assessment criteria for each year and subject. They also adopt the methodological principles, the guidelines and requirements that will be applied during the teacher's performance. Thus, the main attribute that our lesson planning must have is it joint approach. By joining approach, it is meant that it must be useful for unifying the incorporating coherence into the teachings of the same subject between the different grades. The responsibility of creating the lesson planning belong to teachers of each educational cycle or to the didactic department's staff. The responsibility of creating the lesson planning of each classroom belongs to each teacher. However, it is advisable that this planning should be created among all teachers of the same department that teach at the same school year. Thus, a more coherent planning could be obtained thanks to this teamwork. क्या कहता है कि सबसे पहले अपने लिए एक लक्ष्य चुने, उसके बाद सोचिएगा कि परीक्षा की तैयारी कैसे करें, क्योंकि जब आपको यह नहीं पता कि मुझे क्या करना है, कितने % अंक लेने हैं, तो आप उसके अनुसार पढ़ाई नहीं कर पाओगे। इसलिए पहले अपना एक टारगेट सेट करें। हमेशा नियमित आत्म परीक्षण दें। एक नए अभियान की शुरुआत करें। हर दिन अपना आत्म परीक्षण देने का प्रयास करें। आपने दिन भर में जो भी पढ़ा, आपने दिन भर में जो भी पढ़ा, आपने दिन भर में जो भी पढ़ा हो, उसे छोटे छोटे पॉइंट्स में अपने खुद के बुक में लिखें। फिर उसके निर्धारित प्रश्नों को बिना देखे लिखने की कोशिश करें। हाँ। फिर उसको अपने दोस्त या शिक्षकों के सहायता लेकर टेस्ट लें। अगर यह मुमकिन नहीं है तो आप खुद ही अपने आंसर शीट को चेक करें। यह करने से आपको पता चलेगा कि आपकी कहां पर गलतियां हो रही है और यह गलतियां वापस भविष्य में न हो रहा है। इस बात पर खासकर ध्यान दें। अब जनरली it can be stated that planning and organizing lesson planning brings advantage to teachers because it enables them to structure the teaching learning process. It also helps to avoid uncontrolled improvisations, and it favors the training and professionalization of the teaching community, since it has to do with a decision making process that verifies itself with its usage and practice. It is also helpful of case the permanent reflection of the different issues that have taken place inside the classroom. More advantages can be observed. For instance, lesson planning can help to arouse a sense of control, security and confidence between teachers and students. Last but not least, lesson planning can also contribute to favorably regarding the use of time, the creativity, and it can reinforce the links between the teachers team. Although there are a wide range of positive aspects in using lesson planning, there are teachers and delegate this task to editorials. By doing this, they give up their capacity of creating activities that do not totally adjust to the necessities of the class environment. Where they are used design school materials, leaving the contest aside. अब क्या है, once this first conceptual approach has been made, components that lesson planning in primary and secondary education must include shall be analyzed. क्या था कि देखिए कि जो भी स्कूल में पढ़ाया जाता है उसे उसी दिन घर पर आकर पढ़ें, उसे परीक्षा तक न रखें, उसे परीक्षा तक न रखें। यह करने से आपको जो भी पढ़ाया है स्कूल में वह उसी दिन समझ में आ जाता है। अगर ना आया तो आप दूसरे दिन जाकर अपने शिक्षक के उसके बारे में पूछताछ करें या कर सकते हैं। यह चीज अगर आप रोज घर पर आकर करेंगे तो आप परीक्षा में के समय रिलैक्स और शांत रहेंगे और आपको अच्छा अनुभव महसूस होगा। क्या कहता है कि कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ लेसन प्लानिंग इन प्राइमरी एंड सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन, क्या कहता है, कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ लेसन प्लानिंग इन प्राइमरी एंड सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन as discussed in the previous section. Lesson planning in elaborated by the educational team and at the students of a certain cycle of department. Later it will focus on each individual proposal for each classroom. Every single lesson planning must include all following elements. आज क्या कहता है कि content analysis. तो this analysis must include a school educational project. क्या है अगला जो पॉइंट है, स्कूल एजुकेशनल प्रोजेक्ट. दिस प्रोजेक्ट shall deal with the values, objectives and goals and action priorities logically, and circular project must be considered as a pedagogic answer from a group of teachers in order to develop the didactic goals established in the educational project. अब स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट क्या है, फर्स्ट में स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट जो शुरुआत हम लोग कैसे करते हैं उस प्रतिबिंदु पे हम लोग अब चलेंगे. एनालाइज द मोस्ट relevant organizational features related to the people involved, student, teachers and parents. क्या है कि स्टूडेंट, टीचर्स एंड पेरेंट्स, ये तीनों हम लोग अगर एक साथ बैठते हैं एज वेल एज द मटेरियल्स. क्या है, अब अगला पॉइंट है एज वेल एज द मटेरियल्स, द सोशल एंड कल्चरल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर अवेलेबल इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. फॉर इंस्टेंस it is very interesting when faced with the possibilities teaching, learning process in each proposed didactic unit needed. This issue is not something new during the late 80s and English report written by Gargnock informed readers about the necessary of knowledge के माध्यम से कुछ जानकारी प्राप्त करेंगे.
And materials. The first important question you should ask when designing a lesson plan is, what will students learn in this lesson? Think about the specific knowledge, skills, awareness, and language you want students to learn in the lesson. Make the objectives reasonable and attainable. That is, make sure that the objectives can be reached within the time you have for the lesson. In order to know if a lesson's objectives are reached, the objectives need to describe something that can be measured. Because of this, a lesson plan objective should describe behavior that can be observed. Good lesson plan objectives describe what students should be able to do after the lesson, not what they will know. So, for example, an objective of this current lesson is for readers to know the key elements of a good lesson plan. To work this in a way that can be observed and measured, we can say that after this lesson, participants will be able to describe the 6 key elements of a good lesson plan. Sequencing describes what will happen during the lesson, the order in which it happens, and how you will transition between activities and to the next lesson. Considerations for sequencing could include when is the best time to do a certain activity, and what is a logical but meaningful way to organize the lesson. The sequencing of a lesson should support the lesson's learning objectives. Many lessons follow this structure: warm-up, introduction to the class topic, presentation of material, one or more activities for students to practice, evaluation of the practice, and application to a relevant activity. We want learners to be able to apply their new knowledge and skills to authentic, real-world situations. One of the best ways to achieve this is by slowly removing the teacher as a director. Activities early in the lesson should include more direct guidance from the teacher. As the lesson progresses, learners should be given more independence. At the same time, we are moving students from more surface-level memorization and identification tasks to higher-level interactions with lesson material, such as applying, analyzing, and synthesizing. While it is important to be flexible when teaching, it is also important to estimate how long each part of the lesson will take. This will help organize activities and determine what is possible to do in a lesson. Never forget that learning takes time. Make sure to give your students plenty of time to process an activity or engage in new learning. You will have a variety of students in your classroom. How will you support students who need extra help and students who need to be challenged to learn? When writing your lesson plan, make sure to include details about student interaction. For example, will they be doing pair work, individual work, group work, or be listening to the teacher presenting information? Make sure that your lesson includes a balance of interaction during the class, as this can help with differentiation and create a learning environment that is productive for multiple learning styles. Providing detailed notes in a lesson plan regarding what challenges students might have and how you might avoid or lessen the impact a written assignment, or a group activity where students must use new learning to complete the task. For assessment of the overall lesson, do you leave time at the end of the lesson to gather feedback? Is there a space for you to take notes on the lesson plan? After each class, try to find the time to reflect on the lesson and identify what worked and what did not. In order to implement a good lesson, you need to know what materials will be necessary. This can include books, pens, handouts, and so on. Making sure to obtain the necessary materials before class is important, as it saves time and helps teachers feel more prepared. Now that we have looked at the 6 essential elements of a good lesson plan, your next step is to take a comprehension quiz, which will not only help you review these concepts, but also think through why these 6 elements should be included in a lesson plan. Here are the references used for this presentation.
So thank you so much, sir, for giving me this opportunity so that I can share my views on a given topic, lesson planning. So in my views, if I want to share what is lesson planning, then it is a very much important thing for a teacher to be a good teacher, to first of all learn the lesson what they are going to teach the student in the next upcoming class. They have to first of all prepare about the lesson, about the chapter, what should they are going to teach and how they going to teach to their students so that they can learn it from a very good manner. So I will put out some points. So how did a teacher should plan so that a boy can learn or a student can learn in a very good manner. So the first and the foremost thing is the warm-up. First of all, a teacher should do a warm-up. Now what is the warm-up? So warm-up for the chapter is that first of all we should give a brief knowledge about the chapter, what we are going to teach, what topic we are going to teach, and in the topic what types of topic we are going to teach, and that will be give some brief knowledge to the student, and they should know if we are going to get the knowledge of this topic. Now coming back to the second point, and that is introduction. So the first of all, our teachers should know a very well knowledge of the topic. If they are going to teach some mathematical problem, they should know what is that topic actually means, so that they can give a brief introduction. So a student can get it very faster if they get a brief introduction to what is that topic means, how we are going to prepare for that, and that is the second and foremost important thing. Now the third point is preparation. Now the third part is preparation and the presentation. What is preparation and the presentation? Presentation means how we are going to teach a student so that they can learn that thing in a very good manner. So that how we are going to present ourselves, how we are going to teach them that about that topic, how we are going to tell them how they can learn from it in a very good way, so that they never had any problem about that topic related to that topic or related to that chapter. So presentation is the very most important thing. Presentation is like if some teacher went to the class and he started teaching in a lazy way, so that कि बच्चों please ऐसे करो वैसे करो, and that is the second most thing कि if we should go in class we should have that enthusiasm, we should have that confidence, so that boys or a student can get to learn about that topic in a deep way. Now the fourth and important thing is कि activity. If we completed the chapter and now if we think if boys had learned about that chapter, so we can give them some activity related to that chapter so that they can get more knowledge about that. We can share, he or she can share some activities, they can use their brain related to that chapter, and the activity is very much thing. Now we can do activities in 2-3 ways. We can do activities in pair, we can do activity in group, question themselves. Application is the part in which student can question themselves about the topic is what is related to this topic, or what is related to that question. They can ask from teacher about the topic in detail, or they can create some more question by themselves, and that will make them a better student, that will make them a better knowledgeable guy, and that will help them in their success in their future. So now coming to the conclude of this topic, lesson planning, I just want to say that if anyone want to become a teacher, they should first of all they should have learn about the lesson they are going to teach. They should have the proper knowledge about the chapter they are going to teach to a student, and that will be the best for the teacher, and that will make him the best as a student love him the most, and that all the teacher should do to be a good teacher in his life or in his career. So that's all from my side. Now I would like to call Durgesh sir again, so continue this session. Thank you so much sir for giving me this.
Thank you, Rishabh sir. Students, psychological characteristics must be now at their core. Adjustment to the teaching learning process in each proposed didactic unit is needed. This issue is not something new. During the late 80s, an English report written by Warnock informed readers about the necessity of now in adapting the learning conditions. For these students with more difficulties in terms of learning or using a standard. School materials with which most students are provided to. In this respect, the organized law of education establishes that education authorities will be provided with the necessary resources in order to foster the personal and academic development of these students who require a special educational attention, and ultimately to achieve the general goals and objectives imposed on all the students. Apart from the specific and special educational necessities of interests and expectation of a student must be considered. One of the most serious issues mostly in secondary education is the lack of connection between what is taught in schools and the teenage world. Teachers shall include in their lesson planning some motivation strategy in order to establish a link between the official curriculum and teachers necessary. क्या कहता है, जैसे कि पढ़ाई का बोझ न बनाएं। पढ़ाई करते समय हमेशा यह बात ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि उसे हम कभी भी बोझ नहीं बनाएं। अगर हम पढ़ाई को बहुत बनाते हैं तो यह विषय हम कभी भी याद नहीं कर सकते हैं। अगर हमें अव्वल नंबर लाना है तो पढ़ाई को इंटरेस्ट के साथ पढ़ना चाहिए, उसमें मन लगाकर पढ़ाई करनी चाहिए। पढ़ाई करते समय मोबाइल को सबसे पहले taking into account the theory our personal is following. Personal is following. क्या है कि is the perennial step of integration. It is based on the most traditional way the organizing contents. School contents are presented by independent subjects for interest, music, mathematics और history. क्या कहता है कि इंटरेस्ट जो है म्यूजिक, मैथमेटिक्स और हिस्ट्री. Nowadays, this is the way in which bachelor 2-year high school degree each organization फिर क्या है कि बच्चों के पढ़ने के तरीके जो है बच्चों को हमेशा उदाहरण देकर ही समझाएं. क्या कहता है कि बच्चों को हमेशा उदाहरण के साथ ही समझाएं. बच्चों को ग्रीक कार्ड देने के लिए अपने सामने कार्ड कराएं. बच्चे लिखकर ज्यादा सीखते हैं. अच्छा करने पर बच्चों को इनाम भी दिया जाता है. समय समय पर आकलन जरूरी है. बच्चे की तुलना किसी और से भी कभी नहीं करें. क्या करें? Interaction between 2 or more disciplines. This cooperation stage between 2 or more disciplines leads to real interactions that is mutual advantage and to align the other areas such as specialist language, foreign language or physical education in the area of natural and social science of primary education. On the other hand, in secondary education, it is more likely to align with subjects such as mathematics and physics or French, Latin and Greek. The most appropriate acts to begin using this method is from 8-9 years old. पढ़ने के तरीकों के साथ मन लगाने का भी तरीका जो है सो टाइम टेबल बनाए. पढ़ने के लिए ग्रुप बनाकर के पढ़ें. हमेशा नोट्स बनाकर पढ़ें. पढ़ाई करने के लिए एक अच्छी जगह चुनें. पढ़ाई का सारा सामान पढ़ने वक्त अपने पास रखें. हमेशा पढ़ाई करके ही उठें. स्टडी रूम के अंदर टेबल और चेयर होना जरूरी है. रूम के अंदर छोटे पौधे भी रखें जिससे आपको शुद्ध ऑक्सीजन मिल सकता है. रूम के अंदर अच्छी लाइट की व्यवस्था होनी चाहिए. पढ़ाई करते समय कुछ तो अपनी आंखों से कम 1.5 फुट की दूरी तक रखना चाहिए. बुक की स्थिति 45 से 70 डिग्री के बीच होनी चाहिए. सूर्य की रोशनी को ज्यादा देर तक न दिखे, इसलिए नेत्र ज्योति के ऊपर बुरा प्रभाव पड़ सकता है. चलती बस या रेलगाड़ी में बैठकर पढ़ाई नहीं करना चाहिए. दीपक साहब.
Good morning to all of you, respected directors of Principal Ma'am, our managers sir, STMCN sir, and all our teachers. I, Deepak Kumar, faculty of Mother Teresa Indoors English School, TGT Maths. Normally lesson planning सिर्फ स्टूडेंट के लिए नहीं, टीचर्स के लिए बहुत जरूरी है. लेसन प्लानिंग के दरमियान हम लोग को एक तरीका, एक वे पता चल जाता है कि हम लोग किस तरीके से स्टूडेंट को पढ़ाएं. ये टीचर के लिए या फिर स्टूडेंट भी लेसन प्लानिंग इसलिए करता है ताकि वो लोग अपने सिलेबस को अच्छे से कंप्लीट कर पाएँ. लेसन प्लानिंग टीचर्स के लिए इसलिए ज़रूरी है ताकि टाइम पर
उनका सिलेबस पूरा हो सके। लाइक दैट कि हम लोग वीकली लेसन प्लानिंग कर सकते हैं या फिर मंथली लेसन प्लानिंग कर सकते हैं या ईच 15 डेज पर लेसन प्लानिंग कर सकते हैं। किसी भी तरह से लेसन प्लानिंग कुछ इस तरीके से होना चाहिए कि कोर्स के अंत में यानी कि जब हम लोग का सेशन खत्म होने जा रहा हो उससे एटलीस्ट 1 मंथ पहले कम से कम हम लोग का सिलेबस खत्म हो जाना चाहिए, ताकि उस 1 महीने के बीच में हम लोग बच्चों को जितना भी चैप्टर्स हम लोग पढ़ा चुके हैं तो उसका रिवीजन करवा सके, और ये रिवीजन उन बच्चों के एग्जामिनेशन के लिए बहुत बेटर होगा और एग्जाम में वो अच्छा कर पाएंगे। स्टूडेंट को भी अभी के समय में स्टूडेंट को हम लोग देखते हैं बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट क्या करते हैं कि चैप्टर को पढ़ते जा रहे हैं और एग्जाम जब आता है उसके 1 या 2 दिन पहले वो एग्जाम का तैयारी के लिए किसी भी सब्जेक्ट को उठाते हैं। अगर हम मान लेते हैं कि किसी सब्जेक्ट में अगर 16 चैप्टर है तो वो 2 दिन में वो 16 चैप्टर को करना चाहते हैं, जो कि हो नहीं पाता और उसका उनका एग्जाम खराब चला जाता है। क्योंकि सिंपल सा बात है कि पूरे साल का स्टडी आप 1 दिन में कभी नहीं कर सकते हैं, तो उस 1 दिन में पढ़ने से आपको कोई फायदा भी नहीं होने जा रहा, और अगर आप ना पढ़े तब भी आपको कोई फायदा नहीं होने जा रहा, या आप पढ़े उस 1 दिन को तब भी आपको कोई फायदा नहीं होगा। सो अपने स्टडी करने के लिए एक टाइम टेबल, एक रूटीन होना बहुत जरूरी होता है। टाइम टेबल और रूटीन से अगर हम अपने लाइफ को, अगर हम अपने पढ़ाई को करते हैं, और जो मेन स्टडी यानी कि मेन इंपॉर्टेंट बात होता है पढ़ाई करने में वो ये होता है कि हम लोग को कंसिस्टेंसी से स्टडी करना चाहिए। एंड ओवरऑल हम लोग अगर एक प्लान बनाते हैं अपने टाइम टेबल के हिसाब से कि हम लोग को 5 आवर पढ़ना है, तो आप किसी भी कंडीशन में रहिए, ठीक है ना, उस कंसिस्टेंसी को आप अच्छे से रखिए ताकि आपका स्टडी अच्छे से हो सके और ओवरऑल आप अच्छे से अच्छे एग्जाम को क्वालिफाई कर सके और लाइफ में कुछ अच्छा अचीव कर सके। दैट्स ऑल, थैंक यू। दोनों सर प्लीज कर।
थैंक यू दीपक सर। देखिए, आशा करते हैं कि आपको पढ़ाने का तरीका इन हिंदी का ब्लॉग अच्छा लगा होगा। ऐसे ही ब्लॉग पढ़ने के साथ हमारे साथ बने रहिए। STLC रोशन सर।
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful training, and hope you will be giving us training like this only. So for this wonderful training, soon you are getting some assignment questions. Kindly continue those assignments and try to submit it on time. And also you will get some snacks